we're back. Let's try to replace our rectangle, randomly drawn, with an image. So the images are drawn using what's called an object or class. And the way you call that with processing is there's this thing called a PImage class. So PImage is the variable type. So this is a float. It's a decimal point number. This is a variable called of the type PImage. And we're going to name it Fern. And then what I'm going to do is, hopefully my memory is working well, and we're going to say Fern equals load image fern.png. I think I have to add that in quotes. So what it's going to do is this PImage Fern is going to contain an image. It's going to get loaded into it called Fern PNG. So now what I need to do is I need to give processing access to that file. So I'm going to go down to my downloads, and I've got all those Fern images, and we'll pick one and rename it fern.png. And now I'm going to drag it onto processing. So what that did was it loaded a copy into processing's folder for this sketch. So what I should probably do is actually save this as file, save as image bounce. And if we go into our sketch folder and I show the folder, it shows me that in the data folder there, it's got the Fern PNG file. So it has access to it. So now let's replace that fern, let's replace our rectangle with our fern. We're going to hide our background here too. So 2 slashes means ignore that line of code. So rectangle code is hidden. Now what I'm going to do is say image fern is the variable name at x comma y. X, y are moving around. Fern is loaded in as Fern PNG. There's the variable type, there's the name of it, there's what it is, and I think that's all we need to do. Let's run this. There we go, we got our fern. It's bouncing around the screen, following the same rules. It's being drawn off the corner, so I'm going to add something to my setup here. I'm going to say image mode is center. So now we've got our bouncing fern, and I turned background off, so it's just sort of dragging it like a paintbrush, but now it will float around. Excuse me. So there's how you make an image bounce. I'm going to stop this one here so we can add a background in. Actually, let's just do it right now. So I want a background image, so I'm going to make another PImage object. I'm going to call it back. I'm going to use the same code down here. I'm going to say back equals load image. And we'll say back dot PNG quote. Oops. Okay, and now we need to go give processing access to background image. So let's go see what I've got here in my stuff. Screenshots. Sure. So I'm going to double click this one. I'm going to call it back.png. I'm going to drag it onto processing. And now I'm going to load that into the background. So I'm going to say background equals, and background equals back. Wait a minute. Back dot pn. Nope. think I'm just going to add back. I think this is the right way to do it. Yep. Background image must be the same size as your application. Oops a daisies. So we crashed our force quit. So I need to resize that. So back, I'm going to say it's going to live at 0, 0, and I'm going to make it 800 by 600. And this, I'm sort of hacking here. I can't quite remember exactly the method background int float float, and it's not applicable for arguments. So that's not going to let me do that. So background back. Change the size of the image. So now we're going to head on over to the processing reference page, which there is no shame ever in not remembering every single thing about programming. So we're going to go to processing. Oops, cancel. Okay, and here's the reference. And I'm going to go to Command F, image. Okay. So save. Actually, we want to have Command F, PImage. PImage load. And width, height, image width. Image titles. Image tiles 2010. Tiles width, tiles height. So this is a way to get the width and height from the image. But we want to change it. So we're going to say resize. So let's try this. So back, resize. Let's try that in our setup. So back to processing. All right, so in processing, we're going to go here. After this, we're going to say resize. So I want to be able to see this one. And it's going to be back.resize to 800 by 600. And now background is just going to be the image named back. And fingers crossed. All right, and we're back. So I resized the image to fit my screen. There is our bouncing fern. And I'm going to stop this one here so it doesn't get too big and upload it. See you soon.